Gonna go patriotic on the card stands tonight. All right, what's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? All right, let's get rolling. Here is our owner list for tonight. We've got all spots paid and accounted for, so appreciate everybody for that. The blanks are for the duck race filler. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 spots in the filler. Filler is winner takes all, so get a nice chunk of drivers and a crew chief or two, I think. In the duck race, point you guys down here. We need 10. Let's do 10 ducks and 20 seconds. Make it a sprint tonight. Here is our duck race lineup. We've really only got 3 people involved. It's Storm Ghost, Jake, and Brian. So it's going to be one of the 3 of them. So good luck to you guys. Here we go. Shuffle them one time. See who it's going to be. On the outside, Duck 3's making a move. Do it for Dale. Duck 3 is Storm Ghost. Storm Ghost played the odds wheel and won. So congrats, Storm Ghost, on the duck race win. Better stop it or he'll just keep quacking the whole break. Even if I close the iPad, he'll still sit there and quack. So, all right, good luck to everybody. Got all the select boxes up top. I'm going to start with select and then finish with Donruss. So, good luck to everyone. Let's get this show on the road. Again, I got the red. I don't have a white card stand, but I have gray, so that's as close to red, white, and blue as I can get for the stands. Seems appropriate today for a few reasons. Empty box. All right. Good luck to everybody. Starting out with Kaz Gralla, Bill Elliott, purple Raja Caruth, going to Lewis, 163 of 199. And we got Sam Mayer with the Sparks. Also to Lewis. Excuse me. I swear I haven't been coughing much lately, so the coughs should be few and far between, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Ryan Preece. Tricolor Jeb Burton. Get the red and Fuego. Actually, that's blue. 24 of 49. Denny Hamlin goes to Braxton. And a trackside Alex Bowman. If you need your base cards out of this break, let me know. The trackside short prints will automatically be included even though they're, quote, base. But because they're a short print, they'll automatically be included. But if you need the other base cards, just let me know. 32 of 75 on the lime green Dylan. We've gotten to the point where I think a lot of people probably have the base that they need for the most part. So, numbers Kyle Busch, William Byron. Purple Butterbean. Going to Paul. That's nice. 154 or 199. I need base cards never. Noted, Paul. Noted. I have a few folks that are like that just don't want base cards. And so I know I just don't send them to them. Even on new releases, I know there's certain people that that I do need the purple. Silver Joey Logano. Bell and Mark Martin. W. Kevin Harvick. We got Ben Rhodes with the blue going to Paul. All in on Pokemon. 62 of 175. Ben Rhodes blue. 71 out of 99 blue. Kenny Wallace signatures. Kenny Wallace is among the unlisted drivers tonight. And we'll go to Storm Ghost. Andres Perez, red. Also an unlisted. 57 out of 125. Pokemon seems to be really, really hot right now. Kyle Larson. Is that a statement? Connor Mozak, orange. Going to Storm Ghost. 33 of 49. I do like the orange. Suarez and Bobby Labonte. Man, I got people just blowing me up tonight. Tricolor, Ty Dillon. Numbers, Hocevar. And trackside, Daniel Dye. No interest in a Larson card. I'm very confused. Ken Schrader, purple. Going to Lewis. 37 out of 85. And then our auto is going to be Silver Signatures, Jade Buford. Going to Storm Ghost as well. Storm Ghost cleaning up in this first box with the autos. That's not the world's strongest pair of autographs to pull. Maybe there's something else nice hiding in one of these two packs. Silver Bobby Labonte. Quapple and Barry. Last pack for box 1 on what's been a bit of a mediocre box. Mediocre at best, probably. I don't think it's going to get any better either. Silver Noah Gragson. All right. Box 2. Hopefully we got the not so spectacular one out of the way. Empty. Cole Custer tricolor. Trackside Dale Jarrett. And a NASCAR parallel of John Hunter Nemechek. There we go. That's nice. That's going to go to JR. Nice one, JR. I like those a lot. Cool. Cool set. Hocevar and Rhodes. Purple Frankie Muniz. Going to Sea Salt. 199 out of 199. Got the bookend. And 74 out of 49. There we go. Purple signatures, Ryan Newman. That will go to Glenn. Nice hit there, Glenn. Rocket Man. They always said Ryan was the toughest guy on the track to pass. They used to say he just doesn't give you an inch. I'm going to move these up here. I just feel a little scrunched down here. Blue, Ty Dillon. $46 of 175. Going to Storm Ghost. He didn't take much either. What do you mean, like didn't put up with much? Yeah, he was a no BS. Newman was, he would remind you of Tony Stewart. Christian Rose going to Storm Ghost. 128 out of 199. Suarez and KB. Newman's not one you'd want to tangle with anyway. It's a big boy. He's not a small guy. Ross Chastain tricolor. And blue, Justin Allgaier and Fuego. This one will go to Lewis. 39 out of 49. I already showed the back, but I guess I showed it again. He is, yeah. Trackside Bubba. Justin Allgaier white. Right back to Lewis. Oh, that white makes his red fire suit just pop, doesn't it? 82 of 99. Orange, Tony Breidinger. Going to Dale. $19 out of 49. And we got a Chase Elliott Sparks. Going to Tim Mays. Connor Zilic. Kaz. Bill. Silver, Jeff Gordon. Well, I don't feel like it would be right to have September 11th come and go and us not say anything or talk about it at all. So, certainly a date that I'll never forget, and I'll share briefly. I remember I was a senior in high school, and I was in our library in the middle of yearbook class, and our principal walked in and kind of whispered to the librarian, and she turned the TV on, and we were seeing, the aftermath of the first impact. And it wasn't, obviously it wasn't 10, 15 minutes later, or what it seemed like 10 or 15 minutes. Maybe it was longer than that. I can't remember. But it didn't seem like it was that much later. And then, here comes another one. And we thought we were seeing like a replay. And of course it wasn't a replay at all. It was another real moment. So, that we all saw live, I'll never forget that, being in, the yearbook class, watching it. Thankfully I didn't know anybody personally, that was involved or affected. But I know a lot of people that did. And, a lot of people are still missing their family members 24 years later. So definitely heartbreaking. 56 and 99, trackside action signatures, Connor Daly. Let's swap him out for Herminator. Corey says, pray for America as a whole. Yes, agreed. And you guys know me. I don't... If you follow me on my personal Facebook page, it probably doesn't take a whole lot to figure out where I stand on a lot of situations. But I certainly don't try to project that on anybody here. And I'm not going to get into that now either. But I will say, what happened yesterday, I really don't even have any words for it other than, it's just a complete disgrace. I mean, it's incredibly sad. 76 of 125, Justin Allgaier, color match, going to Lewis on the terminal at the airport. Wow. Yeah, I remember they grounded all the planes and basically closed, airspace for quite a period of time. What I will say is, when it comes to beliefs and our system of beliefs, at the core of all of our foundations, it should be treat each other the way we want to be treated, right? And that's what matters the most. Not your political stance, not your religious stance, not anything else. None of that really matters. At the core of our values, it should be treat each other the way we want to be treated. And, man, that's, what a shame. What a shame. Justin Haley, red. Justin Haley is a filler driver, and we'll go to Storm Ghost. So we're going to hear Storm Ghost a good bit, because Storm Ghost not only has the unlisted spot, but also the fillers. So Storm Ghost has probably about 50 drivers almost total. Trackside action signatures, Darrell Waltrip. Another one where he missed the sticker to the left a bit. Darrell Waltrip goes to Billy Joe. We better stay home with my sister. Wow, Michael. Thankfully, she was called to not go to work. Whatever that premonition that she had that kept her at home. Glad she's still with us. But obviously heartbroken for her and her coworkers and their families. And, 4 out of 125. Chase Briscoe, red. We'll go to Will Black. Sparks, Michael McDowell. All the topics in the world that divide people, never should it come to what happened yesterday. If you don't agree with somebody's view, either don't talk to them, don't follow them, don't engage with them, or just simply be respectful and say, I disagree with you. And, but man, it just never should it come to what happened yesterday. It's absolutely sickening. Silver, Justin Haley. So, one of those things where don't want to dwell on it, because obviously we've all probably been seeing it, talking about it for the last 24 hours or more. And then on top of 9/11. So, but it's one of those things I also felt like needed to be addressed amongst us. I don't know. I would feel weird not talking about what's going on in the world right now. So 12 and 99, Daniel Hemrick, white. Gonna go to Storm Ghost. Blue, Carl Edwards. Going to JR. 40 out of 175. Tricolor, Tyler Ankrum. Blue numbers, Jeff Gordon. Goes to Gavin. 5 out of 49. And a trackside, Justin Allgaier. Swervin' Irvin. Tie-dye, Ty Gibbs. That's kind of funny. Ty Gibbs will also go to Storm Ghost. 18 out of 25. So far tonight, Select has felt very kind of pedestrian in a way. Silver, Richard Petty. But you guys know me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If the break and what we're pulling doesn't seem great, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, like, I'm not going to try to blow smoke anywhere. So, school shooting yesterday, too. Yeah, that you barely heard about. For some reason, I thought it was a 4-box. No, it's 8. Yeah, it's 8. That's a good surprise for you, though, Corey. If you were under the impression it was 4. You get 4 of each. 8-box mixer, but 4 of each. Maybe that's what you saw was the 4 for each, each product. Keeping you on your toes. That's what I'm doing. Purple Justin Haley. Going to Storm Goes through the filler. 93 of 199. And 40 of 99. Blue Signatures. Ryan Preece. Swap him out for Newman just because. 2 packs left in this 3rd box of Select. Tricolor Ross. Austin Dillon, trackside. Oh, that's cool. Lime green Danica. Very nice color match there. Going to Brian. That's sharp. 23 of 75. All right, let me grab some more sleeves and top loaders. We're going to need more of both. So let me just reload here real quick. It'll take a second. Folks should be starting to get their mail sale cards. If you were somebody that paid for shipping, your mail sale stuff should be arriving, I would think, today, tomorrow, depending on where you live. I guess, and it could be into the Saturday even, I guess, depending on your geography and all that stuff, but I know there's a few folks that said they already received stuff today, so that's good. Oh, we got one more pack hiding in there. Empty, empty. Glenn said he got his today. Cool beans, man. That's what I like to hear. Purple Andres Perez. Going to Storm Ghost. 2 out of 199. Bill got his. We got silver, Anthony Alfredo. And 23 of 99, blue, trackside action signatures, Parker Retzlaff. Going to Storm Ghost. Granted, I realize we're on a little bit of a down slope right now with Select, with these boxes that we're opening, because we're not setting the world on fire tonight, but don't forget Sunday we will do a case break of Select. full case break is Select on Sunday. And please note, I did change the posting time. Originally, I had it at 4. I moved it to 2:30 Eastern on Sunday. The reason I did that is I found out we're going to be going out to dinner with all the grandparents. My wife's parents and I think my mom all are going. So, which we don't get to do very often, and especially now that Chelsea's parents are here, we want to take advantage of the opportunities to go and do when we can. So, silver, Todd Gilliland, Blaney and Jake Garcia. Tricolor, David Reagan. And Matt Mills, trackside. Lime green, Tanner Gray. Going to the unlisted spot in Storm Ghost. 64. I was going to say, it can't be 84 or 75. That doesn't work. 64. White, Jamie McMurray. Man, where are all of our short prints at? We've really only had a couple of what I consider short prints. 3 of 99, J-Mac. Going to Corey King. Show us some gold or some black. Ty Gibbs, blue. Going to Storm Ghost. 147 of 175. Yeah, this has been a slow burn for sure. Silver, Chase Briscoe. Just very, like I said, pedestrian is the only way I can describe it. Very much just sort of going through the motion almost, you know. Going to Will Black. We'll swap out DW. Put Chase Briscoe up there. Like I said, not going to try to sugarcoat it. I mean, it is what it is. But dang. There's another tie-dye. We'll take that. Tie-dye Brent Cruz. Rookie. We'll go to Sea Salt. .22 of 25. What's the score, Scott? I haven't watched any of the game. I was helping with kids' bath and then obviously handling brake stuff, and I haven't turned the game on at all. So, Ty Gibbs, selective swatches going to Storm Ghost. This is the last select box, Braxton. And then we got the Donruss Megas to go. So this is basically the halfway point. 17-3 Packers. Might as well be 50, honestly. Oh, nice. Washington O-line can't stop a 4-man rush. Oh. Red, Jeb Burton. 90, a 1 1/4. Also, don't forget, tomorrow we're going to do a lunch break. Lunch break's back again tomorrow, just like last week. 1 box of select driver groups. I know it doesn't sound very exciting after just watching this, but it's bound to turn around. I mean, we've certainly had far more good, strong breaks than we've had ones like this, so it's bound to turn around for us. Sensations Red, C. Bell. Going to JJ. 16/99. They can't all be this bad. Oh, no. That sounds like me with fantasy football last week. I'm like, I got a really good team, and I just put the wrong players in. I probably already picked a wrong guy tonight, because I have the Packers tight end, but I didn't play him this week. NASCAR logo parallel Chase Elliott to Tim Mays. And that gets us... Can't even throw for 150 yards. Yikes. That gets us to the end of select. Kraft's been killing it. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to hear. Yeah, I left him on my bench. Instead, I have David Njoku for the Browns starting. That's what usually happens to me with fantasy football is I pick, like I draft a good team, and then I just don't know when to play who. So... Oh, no. Sorry, guys. I have a feeling everything will be fine. We'll take a look at them, though. We'll take a good look at them just to be sure. Yeah, I don't see anything. Alex Smith carried you, yeah. I have 15 points so far. Oh, man, that sucks. Yeah, I've got a pretty good team. I've got I've got Jalen Hurts. Gosh, I really can't even think of all the... Josh Jacobs. Oh, I got the Packers running back. How's the Packers running back doing, Jacobs? I know he's starting for me. Hopefully they'll want to run the ball a lot in the second half if they got a lead. He scored once. Oh, nice. I'll take that. Yeah, hopefully they'll lean on him in the second half. I'm going to stop there. That's a lot of cards stacked up there. We're going to do them in halves. Optic Blue, Alex Bowman. BK Optics. Spellbound, Jeff Gordon, letter G. Blue Optic, Caden Honeycutt. Eckler's in Washington. Oh, yeah. I forgot all about it, too, till now, so. Actually, isn't, I think I have Deebo Samuel on my team. Isn't he in Washington? I didn't start Deebo, though. Unleashed Allgaier. We got the Cracked Ice Pedal to the Metal, Jeb Burton. Going to Storm Ghost. Yeah, that's what I thought. Tanner Gray, Blue Optic. It's sounding more and more like NASCAR for playoffs next year is going to go to a 3-3-4 system. I feel like a lot of people for a long time have been saying, why not just do 3-3-3? And NASCAR's like, no, we can't use your idea. We're going to go 3-3-4. So that sounds like what's going to happen next year, unless they just completely have been blowing smoke up everyone. But what do you guys think about going to that format, 3-3-4, with the 4 races being the final round? Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike it at all. Michael McDowell, Silver Explosion. Wouldn't be against 12 instead of 16. With having more than 12 race winners, how does that work then, Scott? Because it wouldn't be win and you're in. It would be win and you got to be in the top 12 still, right? Basically. So it makes the points still matter, I guess is what you're saying. It makes the regular season matter more, because even if you get a rogue win, it doesn't guarantee you a spot in. You still got to be among the top 12. Top 10 in points. Yeah. I would think that's how you'd have to do it. Is, a win and you're eligible for the playoffs, or a win and you're in, unless there's more than 12 winners. Then it's whoever has the most points, right? Or should it just be based off straight points to begin with, and not win and you're in at all? Souvenir swatches, Justin Allgaier. 2 wild card spots based off most. So if somebody had a good season and ripped off 3 or 4 wins, but maybe just had some bad luck, they can still get in that way too. I like that. I think that's a good strategy. Silver, you know what? We can only go up because there ain't much we can do to make it much worse, in my opinion. Not from a playoff standpoint. I mean, it's interesting, don't get me wrong, but Blue Optic Gregson. But at the same time, I think everybody's ready for a change. Spellbound Zillich H. Junior Spellbound Larson S. Yeah, I would agree with that, Scott. I think that's a good take. I think you've got a really good angle there. Box. Yeah, I think you might be thinking of Truex, because Truex was close to not making it. That might be what you're thinking of. Yeah. But I would agree that anything to get us away, even if they want to keep it 16 drivers, just get away from the one race championship. Like, anything can happen in that situation, you know? Like, there has to, the whole, you know, you're taught in NASCAR your whole season to go for wins and be consistent, right? And it pays off. And then you get to the championship and it's like, oh, well, if you don't execute in this one race, then the whole thing's for nothing. So, yeah, exactly. You can have mechanical failure. Your pit crew can have a mistake. Like, there's so many things that can come into play. Somebody can wreck in front of you, you know, and just ruin your chance, and it wasn't even your fault. Pedal to the metal, Ty Dillon, 2-color sheet metal. So, yeah, I agree. I just thought the logical thing to do was to go to 3-3-3 on the race format, because it just seemed like the easy move. And then, you know, of course, NASCAR's like, nah, I think we're going to go 3-3-4. Spellbound Larson. Bell and Brent Cruz. Dale Jr. Explosion. Blue Optic Ty Gibbs. Hollow Silver Optic Ryan Blaney. Do we have another comeback? Oh man, I don't know. We had two really good games last week, Sunday and Monday night. 96-01-49 Unleashed Cracked ice. Tyler Reddick goes to Troy. Optic Blue, AJ Allmendinger. Yeah. That was exciting. A lot of things went right, and even some things didn't go right in it for the Bills, and they still were able to pull it off, which was just amazing. Blue, Todd Gilliland. And Jeff Gordon, letter O, Spellbound. Yeah, I would take Josh Allen. If I was building a team, I would want to start with building around Josh Allen for sure. Seems like he's a real team guy, likable guy, says and does the right things. Man, he's a big dude, you know? Big, tough quarterback. He's a leader, you know. He can sling it. He can run it. Just a lot to go for there. So... Get the Carolina Blue, Denny, 67 of 249. Yeah, I would take Allen would be my first choice over any other QB for sure, including Mahomes. 5 out of 49. Richard Childress souvenir swatches. I think this is the first one of these that I've seen that's numbered. So that's different. Carolina Blue, 43 of 99 with the explosion. Bill Elliott. We'll go to JR. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Allen seems like the type of dude you just want to be around or hang out with, you know? Because you know you're going to be in good company by association, basically. Silver Explosion, Chris Bushert. Optic Blue, Harrison Burton. Yeah, the Bills go as Josh goes for sure. Yeah. No doubt about that. All right, I got to move this stack of parallels because that's getting a little bit too tall for my comfort. So we're going to put these over here and put those away. Two megas left. Yeah, I mean, look at what Baker Mayfield's done. I don't think Baker Mayfield's an elite quarterback. I think Baker Mayfield's just a good team guy, you know, a good locker room guy. He's just one of those guys you want on your team. And, you know, that's what makes him get the most out of himself is because he's got the I can do it attitude, you know. It ain't over till it's over type of thing. Not trying to compare Baker to Josh Allen, but I'm just saying another example of all right, here we go. I can tell you guys one thing. Upstairs in my kitchen, I have some Tostitos queso and tortilla chips that's calling my name. You know what I'm talking about? I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Ty Gibbs souvenir swatches. This one's got some stitching in it. Going to Storm Ghost. Yep. Yeah, Manning, both Mannings. I'm not sure how great of a leader Eli was. I was never a big Eli fan. But now I find him hilarious when I watch him on TV with like the Manning cast or whatever. But yeah, Manning, Brady, Big Ben for sure. You know, those guys would run through a brick wall for you. 101 of 249. Mr. No, yeah, exactly. Queso is I'm, you know, just imagine I'm Superman. That's my kryptonite. Tyler Ankrum. Queso is my kryptonite. You give me nacho cheese, queso type stuff, and I can get down with that. Unleashed Reddick, Brent Cruz. We have our first home high school football game tomorrow night. And as you guys know, I help up in the booth for the home games. And so looking forward to doing that tomorrow night. Silver Explosion Dinger. Mike's like queso doesn't count for diary. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, the way diets work is if you eat queso on a day that ends in Y, it doesn't count. Blue Optic Zane Smith. Oh, this is nice. Optic Blue Pulsar Haley Deegan. Those aren't... Oh, yeah, they are numbered. 87 and 99. I was going to say I didn't think they were numbered. That is numbered. Nice, Haley. Going to Lewis. Son of a biscuit. Should have started that dude. Oh, well. I've obviously played fantasy football for quite a while, and I've only done well where I won in one season. I've probably played fantasy football for 20 years, and one time I've won. So I'm used to picking all the... It's not that I picked the wrong guys, because I really don't. It's just execution of putting the wrong guys in the wrong time. Fantasy football, you can't be reactionary. You gotta be proactive and not reactive. And that's my problem is I wait to see a guy start producing and then I react and put him in and then he has a bad game and then I take him back out and then he comes back and plays well and it's like this constant fight to never get production out of somebody. 560149 Race Kings. Alex Bowman cracked ice. Going to Dale. It really is tough. It's what makes it fun. I have found, at least this is for me, and those of you that play fantasy football can potentially relate. I have found that when you play, you pay more attention to what's going on in all the games and around the league. Where if you're not playing, you just tend to kind of not... If there's a game on, you don't really... You might watch, but you're really not paying attention sometimes. So, I like that it keeps me interested. Luke Fenhouse. Honestly, fantasy racing does the same thing for me in a way. It helps me stay engaged, at least as far as... as the weekend begins, I'm thinking about NASCAR, on Friday and Saturday when qualifying is going on. And, really paying attention a little bit. So, Davey Allison. Spellbound T for Junior. Optic Blue, Ryan Preece. Yeah, baseball daily would be tough. You'd have to really love... You'd have to really love baseball. Cracked Ice, AJ Allmendinger suited up. Goes to Storm Ghost, and I got to open another pack of 130s. Basketball, I would think baseball would be the toughest because the season is so long and it's basically every day for, 200 days almost. So I would think baseball would be the worst, and then basketball would be the second worst. and probably hockey in there if you got people that do fantasy hockey, probably right in that same situation. Optic Blue, Frankie Muniz. Man. Consumed me. It's insane. Yeah. I believe it. Can appreciate a Survivor League. How does a Survivor League work, Scott? Is that like you play for the week, and if you win, you carry on, and if you lose, you're done type of thing? I don't think I've ever played in a Survivor League. It's always been just, kind of traditional style. Although my group, the league that I run, our points is definitely far from traditional, because we have the defense, we have kickers, we even have head coaches. You pick a team to win. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. So I did something years ago when I worked for the Blimps, and we were traveling on the road, and there was a bunch of us together. We did a football pool each week that was a lot of fun, and the way you did the pool was it was like $5 or $10 to play each week. I can't remember. I mean, it wasn't a lot. But everybody put in either $5 or $10, and the guy that ran it would print off a sheet with all the games for the week. And you had to pick the winner of every game for the week. But then you also had to rank those games. Like, say there was, 14 games that week. You had to rank those games in order based on your confidence. And you scored points based on if they won or lost. So, say the Browns are playing the Bengals, and you choose the Browns with a confidence of 10, and then the Browns win, then you get 10 points. Burning Rubber, Chase Elliott. Oh, this is nice. Nice piece in there. Yeah, we had a real blast with that style of league. Picking. I would do that again in a heartbeat if I had enough people that wanted to do it. Even 4 or 5 people would be fun doing. But yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. And then at the end of the week, whoever got the money, or whoever won got the money, and you'd do a tiebreaker with total points from Monday night. Chase Elliott goes to Tim Mays. Blue Optic Lane Riggs. Sorry that we've gotten kind of off onto football fantasy island here, but there hasn't been a whole lot to write home about. I mean, we've pulled some nice cards, don't get me wrong, but nothing that's going to make anybody jump up and down or go crazy. 234, 249, Carolina Blue, Daniel Suarez. Going to Jerry. Optic Blue, SVG. Yeah, and see, the way ours worked was if you so if you had, like, say you put a confidence of 10 on a game and that team won, then you got the 10 points. But if they lost, then you got a negative. So it worked. I mean, it was exciting for sure. And we had some weeks where it came right down to the wire. Corey Heim, Blue Optic. Another fun thing that I knew somebody that did. Another thing that I knew somebody did with their friend. It was just two guys. But I always found this funny. It's two guys that, so every week they would pick the game, they would pick the college football game that had the biggest point spread. So, like, they would look at the whatever odds maker that they agreed on, and whatever day that they would pick the game, but they would look for the game with the biggest point spread. So there might be a game, that's got a team favored by 50 or whatever. Well, they would have a bet every week, and they just alternated who picked each week. And you had to choose whether you wanted the, whether you wanted the points or whether you wanted the team to cover. So, and that got really interesting because some of those blowout games, they'd be watching these games where somebody's up by 45, 48 points, but they're on the edge of their seat waiting to see what's going to happen because it's coming down to, somebody either needing to score one more time or not needing to score one more time. It was actually quite interesting to watch them do that. 3 of 99 Greg Biffle souvenir swatches, another one that's numbered, sheet metal this time. Going to Glenn. Before everybody leaves for the night, just want to say thanks again to everybody. I apologize that this one didn't go, a little bit more exciting. But it is what it is. And we'll, step up to the plate and swing again. So, Blue Optic Riley Herbst. So we're back at it tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow 11:30 a.m. lunch break. It's just a one-box select driver groups like we did last week. And then we'll be back at it on Sunday with a full case break, and I'll post that at 2:30 on Sunday. Make a note of the time difference. Originally, I had that for 4 o'clock, and I moved it up to 2:30. 31 of 99, Carolina Blue, Jeff Gordon. Gordon's going to go to Gavin. Blue Velocity, Brandon Jones. Logano and Austin Beers. to close things out. Yeah, definitely not anything really out of those 8 boxes that we... I mean, you kind of knew the mega boxes weren't likely to produce something crazy, but boy, just a... like I said, pedestrian type break for sure. So, again, I appreciate everybody's support. And like I said, we'll re-rack and we try again. But here's what we did hit. We have Greg Biffle out of 99. Chase Elliott. I do like the tire piece in there. That's cool. AJ Allmendinger. Souvenir swatches Ty Gibbs, and it is at least embroidered. Out of 49, Richard Childress. Ty Dillon. Justin Allgaier. Jeb Burton. Ty Gibbs. Michael McDowell. Chase Elliott. And Sam Mayer. Those are the relics. Our short prints out of Select, we had NASCAR logo Chase Elliott and NASCAR logo John Hunter. Tie-dye Brent Cruz and tie-dye Ty Gibbs. No pun intended there with the ties. And then our autos, Darrell Waltrip trackside action signatures. Parker Retzlaff, blue. Purple signatures Ryan Newman. Jade Buford. Blue, Kenny Wallace. Connor Daly, blue. Silver, Chase Briscoe. And blue, Ryan Preece. So, again, appreciate everybody's support as always. And we're going to try to do better on the next one. So everybody have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you guys next time.